Alright, another night at the shop. I did go to Harbor Freight today. I got some more wire wheels. I got some more of those abrasive discs, the like Scotch-Brite-y things. Figure I might give that a try on the passenger door to get the paint and the Bondo and stuff off the rest of the outside of that passenger door, because that seemed to work pretty good on large surfaces. But as I was doing stuff today, I got to thinking, you know, I don't know how I keep forgetting this, but I do. Well, actually, I do know how. It's been like almost a year. I have a 6-liter LQ4 that I dropped off at the machine shop like almost a year ago, like last September. And things just haven't progressed with that. I gave the machine shop a bunch of money, but it's just like, I don't know, I'm not a priority or something, I don't know. So I was thinking, you know, maybe I should just get on the machine shop to get my engine done in the next like 2 weeks, so I can put it in this Camaro, and then use the AR5 and the 8.8 bolt that I built for the other Camaro. Just put it all in this Camaro, then have a drive shaft made, because naturally aspirated, that 408, because that LQ4, that 6-liter, is getting stroked to a 408. That 408 should make 500 horse, if not better, just naturally aspirated. So that might be a good motor to put in this thing. And I've been considering ordering a roll cage kit to weld up a roll cage kit in it, so that I can legitimately be a 9-second car if I want to be. But then I was thinking, you know, I picked up my pistons from the machine shop because I was going to coat them with the Cerakote that I got, because that's why I bought the piston coat and the friction coat, so that I could do the pistons. So I was thinking maybe what I should do See, here they are. I grabbed them from the machine shop a while back. Just collecting dust in here. But this is a set of JE forged pistons. Oh, look at that. My high temp tape. It's already in the bag with everything. And I had actually started masking off to blast them so that I could put some Cerakote on them. So I was going to put the piston coat on the top and then put the friction reducer, whatever, the slick coating down here on the sides. So I do have a good set of, they're a big dish, you know, probably good turbo pistons. 915F is what they are. So, thinking I might could get on that, or I might could just say, you know what, forget the coating and just take it back down to the machine shop and just have them throw my motor together. You know what I'm saying? I mean, since I got the Cerakote to do that with, see, he said to me that he wouldn't coat them because he's had issues. He's had people have issues with the coating chipping off and stuff and messing stuff up in the motor. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to try it anyways, but I just haven't got on it. And so, like, I don't know, maybe I just listened to what he had to say and just not coat them and just take them back to pistons so I can get the dang motor put together. Because that's supposed to have, I paid him for a set of 241 heads, and I wanted him to CNC port and polish them, you know, and everything, port them and all that. And this box here was something I collected up for the 8100 because I was gonna take the 8100 and buy a dart crank for it. I had like ideas for dart crank and some Molnar turbo tough rods, whatever. And then I was gonna try these pistons here. I was gonna see if they didn't fit the combustion chamber, and they looked like they fit the combustion chamber. So those are the pistons. These are Wiseco forged pistons. Looks like they're for an L18 or something. No, I don't know. They're 4 1/4. But the pin height on them, with the dart rods, or the dart crank and the Molnar 6.635 rods, I think they are, with the piston pin height of these guys here, which is a 1.350. So that actually would give me not a true zero deck on the piston, but I think within 10 or 20 thousandths, but they're like 36cc domes, and it looks like they'll fit the chambers. I've kind of set them in the head and looked, and you know, I'll have to be really careful, and I'll have to definitely clay the pistons to make sure the valves and stuff clear. But I was thinking about changing the camshaft to like a Gen 6 454 roller camshaft, and then putting these pistons in with the dart crank, and that would make it, because the dart crank changes the stroke to a more common stroke, that would make them, basically the engine would turn out being 510 cubic inches at the bore and stroke. But I think it would be like 14 or 14.5 to 1 compression ratio. And I figured that would be the best way to basically put a ton more power out of that 8100 without trying to get a much better flowing head from like Raylar Engineering, without being able to increase the flow in the heads I figured just make more power by squishing it and running it on E85. So I found these for a steal on eBay, and I thought maybe I'd try that. I've done a lot of that kind of thinking. My brain goes way faster than reality. But so I was thinking, if I coat these pistons, I will coat these ones at the same dang time, and that way I've got 2 complete sets of coated pistons. So I don't know. Still kind of up in the air on that one. I don't know, but I think I'm just going to start hitting this Camaro with wire wheels, try and get into some of these smaller areas. I did get some, I got like the little 2-inch roll lock discs and stuff, but I really need to get in and clean all these little nooks and crannies and start laying down some paint on this car, you know, start laying down some primer and doing the filler work and everything. But I was looking at my primer last night, you probably saw in the video, and none of the primer I have is a direct-to-metal primer. This one. There's 2. Okay, so here's the cool part about every time I've dropped one of these gas tanks. See that over there on the end? The gas tank? See that? That's the build sheet from this Camaro. So that paper over there looks like part of it's missing, part of it's really faded. See, there's a couple of places they put the build sheets on these Camaros. One, the F-bodies in general, the Trans Ams are pretty much the same way. So let's be really gentle here. Get these spider webs and dirt and dust and crap off best we can without losing any of the typing here. Yeah, so they take and they'll put one on top of the gas tank, and then there's usually one they put behind the back of the back seat. This is the sheet that the worker at the factory went off of. This went with the car down the line, and then they put, according to each box, you know, all these codes are RPO codes and stuff. For the car, for when they built it going down the assembly line. Okay, so this had the V6 229 2-barrel and an air injection system. So for the Smog, it had an air injection system. It was originally a 229 V6, not the 231. So this had the smallest V6 you could get with a 3-speed floor shift in it, with a 273, basically a highway gear, open diff. It has all of this stuff. The carb was the XD or XO. See if we can match this up here. Okay, we have a 1G1 AP87 K6BL 144992. So yeah. Oh man, I got crap stuck in there. So yeah, so that's the VIN number of the vehicle. So this is the build sheet for this VIN number vehicle. So if you ever have an F-body and you go to drop the fuel tank, this is a really cool thing that chances are you will find, unless somebody like me has gotten my hands on it first, because I absolutely love finding these sheets. This thing's 39 years old, been sitting right there on that top corner of that gas tank. So this is a piece of history that'll end up going with this car.
because I'll probably put it in a folder or something. In fact, I think what I'll do is put it in this plastic bag from this head gasket from the 8100, and that way I keep from getting wet or whatnot. But yep, so build sheets. I love finding build sheets. That's a little piece of history from the car right there. Alright, so got the gas tank dropped out, scrubbed up a little bit more on the back panel. I've almost got that cleaned up. I did scrub down quite a bit of this back here. I still got to get all up in a bunch of this, and I'm probably going to have to dig this seam sealer out with a screwdriver or something. But I got some of this down here. It'll be a little bit easier now that the gas tank is out of the way, and I don't have to worry about that anymore, you know. I think I'll get in and do the lower rocker panels tomorrow, finish up this door jamb. I did scrape off all of this seam sealer here, so that's out of the way now. Now I can get in and get the rest of all that paint off of there. So I was getting down in this little groove up here. That's all going to be filled with seam sealer again, but I've been getting in all these little nooks and crannies. I got a little bit left there on that spot weld, but I don't know that that's really going to matter. You know, some of the paint's still left in some of the spot welds, but for the most part, I've got it pretty much cleaned up here. And there's a little bit down here in this corner, a little bit there, but I mean, like, and then in around some of these edges in here, I got still, you know, just little places, and I'll work on getting all those little details knocked out. But I think it's looking pretty stinking good. And of course, I don't know why I'm so worried about it, because it's all going to be covered up by the hood and everything. You know, you'll see the top of the dash panel there. You know, maybe a little bit down here at the bottom of the windshield, but for the most part, you're not going to see most of that. And then I still got to clean up on the firewall, but it's getting better a little bit. Still got to clean up on the bottom of this rocker as well. And I think I'm getting pretty close to start working on some of the dings and filling them in, and actually starting on the body work itself, you know. So, but yep, I got the gas tank out. A little bit on the build sheet. Build sheet's really cool. I love looking at that stuff. So just mostly just mess and just a few little areas left to do. And I've already gone through one of my wire wheels that I got this evening. I mean, almost completely through it, you know. So, oh man, I think I got wires all stuck in. I think I got wires sticking out of my shirt everywhere from flying off of the wire wheel or something. Every now and then I feel a poke, and I'm like, oh man. But that's the joys of running with the wire wheel, which is why I wear the face shield and the hat, and usually try to go with long sleeves, but not today. It's pretty warm. I mean, it's Colorado, like 80, 90 degrees here. It's like I'm dying, you know. After spending several years in North Dakota, I don't handle heat very well. But, yep, a little bit left on paint and all the edges and stuff. And I still got to drop out the rear end. But I got the exhaust out from under it too. I think I got that on video. So the exhaust is out from under it, the drive shaft's out of it, gas tank's out of it. I don't have a whole lot left on the paint. I'm waiting for my stuff to come from Eastwood for my stud welder gun to be able to weld the rivets on for the window trim. I got 30 days if I want to make Rocky Mountain Race Week 2.0. So 30 days and I got to have this thing up and running and going. So I've got to make a huge push. Like, subscribe, share, ring the bell, and have a good one. Do a little each day and you go a long way.